It's important that you spend how much time developing a dog in the first year? Separately, singularly, to be clear, especially if you have multiple dogs.
Yeah, I mean, at least for at least the first 6 months of the dog's life, if not the first 10 to 12 months of the dog's life. They both need to have their own personalities. They both need to have their own independent natures. They both need to have their own set of commands. Because if you say no and one dog stops and the other dog doesn't, then the other dog's gonna be like, well, they didn't stop, I'm not gonna listen to you either. And then you're gonna have a problem. But if these dogs get to the point where they're not listening and Trev says no, I'm pretty sure they're gonna both understand what that means and stop doing whatever they're doing. So that's one way to stop, what is it, littermate syndrome.
Yeah, you
Let
keep
them be
in mind
separate.
they call it a syndrome because y'all got the syndrome of allowing two puppies just to be hanging out together and you create problems. Someone says, hey, why the dogs don't meet, do. For one, in your perspective right now, I don't have control over Maestro. And Maestro's actually a smart dog because I've got enough control when he's in the room. Say, hey, stay on the bed, meaning get off my bed, lay on your dog bed. But he's got prey drive and he's testy like his father. Ego didn't say nothing, but he'll test the dog. Every dog he wanted to test it. And I used to say, hey, look, we'll bring him out last. That dog think he tough. Ego gonna be in a bad mood. He's just gonna play around him, but he's like gonna take it serious. If you cross over, like you and your friends playing BB Butch or something, you slap him too hard, now y'all fighting. Boogeyman is going to run up on Maestro and try to play rough, and Maestro's going to want to correct him because Zara did last night. But Zara was standing there. She gave me about 5 seconds of me on some bull, and then all heard. Ah! And Mark said, "You gonna shut the door?" I said, "Nah, he need to learn.
Yeah, he gonna learn today.
He can't just be going around harassing folks." She stood there and looked at me like this. She's like, "Hey, you got about one more bite, buddy." And I turned my hand for 2 seconds, and she woke him up. She woke him up, boy. He said, "Yeah, I wouldn't do that if I was you." So I actually personally want to see where Maestro is because I did use to test Ego. Why I knew Ego would act like that is at 6 months. Ego, I put him in various situations with other pups and dogs and Frenchies, etc. And he did good. They would chew at his face, and he was like, cool. I was like, dang, 7 months old, 6 months old, Ego acting like this? I don't think Maestro acts like that, though. So it'll be interesting to see. But to avoid littermate syndrome, and even more importantly, you got dogs that are highly driven in your home, keep them separate. But my best advice is to keep them separate. Keep them divided. Bring them together to learn from how they're making choices and how they're going to work together and live together. But it gives you perspective on how much more work you have to do. They're puppies, so I can't do too much outside of 6 to 9 months, though. That's prime time. That's like when it's like, oh, let's get towing, man. And you're going to see Showtime at the Apollo. Well, I ain't been to the Apollo, but I might go.